Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Secretary Geithner, welcome. Today marks my first opportunity to sit in this new role as ranking member of the Financial Services and General Government Subcommittee, and I appreciate the opportunity to serve on the Appropriations Committee, particularly given its very important role in providing oversight over all discretionary spending. I look forward to working with you, Mr. Chairman, as we review this budget and others and make certain that our agencies have the opportunity to explain their story and we reach the right agreement in regard to spending levels. Mr. Secretary, you have many, many challenges, and your responsibilities are great, and they include, in my view, reinvigorating bank lending to consumers and small businesses, stabilizing the housing market, and encouraging sustainable economic growth. Most importantly, you must promote this economic growth at a time in which the long-term financial security of the United States is one that is burdened by unprecedented debt. Our country faces enormous fiscal challenges, which left unchecked will have a disastrous impact upon the future of our nation. For too long, members of both political parties have ignored this growing fiscal crisis and allowed our country to live well beyond its means. Americans are looking for leadership in Washington to confront the problems we face today and not to push them on to future generations. Oftentimes, the debate about government spending is seen as a philosophical, academic, another political discussion, a partisan issue. But in my view, the truth is that out-of-control borrowing and spending has very real consequences upon the everyday lives of Americans. We are facing a turning point in our country's history and can no longer avoid these difficult decisions. Mr. Secretary, I know that you're fully aware of the crisis we are facing, and I hope that we can work together to right the ship. Congress needs a partner in the administration if we are to enact any meaningful changes or reforms. In my remaining few moments, I want to address another problem hampering our economic recovery: the uncertainty coming out of Washington, D.C. regarding bank regulations and bank regulators. You and I had a conversation about this in a joint hearing when I was a member of the House, and unfortunately I don't think things have changed. We have reached a sad point in America when small-town banks are unwilling or unable to lend to small-town businesses. This sort of relationship banking played no role in the fiscal crisis we just experienced, and I feel strongly that once we correct this trend, we will see a recovery take hold. I hear from many Kansas bankers that the most serious reason for their inability to lend to creditworthy borrowers in their community, is the fear of bank examiners' unwarranted scrutiny and the increasing cost of unnecessary regulations. Time and time again, I hear from bankers like I heard this morning, Ken Domer of Spearville, Kansas, who in his 30 years experience as a banker has never experienced such an unprecedented examination process like what has been ongoing recently. I hope that you will work with me to find solutions to this circumstance. Finally, I'm requesting your thoughts. Senator Durbin mentioned the CFPB. I intend to introduce legislation today that would reform the structure of the CFPB by subjecting it to an appropriations process and replacing the single director structure with a 5-person commission, similar to the SEC, CFTC, and a host of other federal agencies. While my concerns with Dodd-Frank extend beyond the structure of CFPB, this legislation, I believe, is a good first step to making sure Congress has the necessary oversight of such a powerful agency. Secretary Geithner, the Department of Treasury plays an important role in managing the federal government's finances and attempting to reinvigorate our economy, and I stand ready to work with you to address the challenges and look forward to working with you and Senator Durbin and my other colleagues on this subcommittee to find common sense solutions to address our mounting fiscal crisis. I thank the Chairman and welcome Secretary Geithner.
Thank you, Senator Moran. Mr. Secretary.